I'm Chelsea Zaccato.
And I'm Natalie Heacock.
And this is Lumberslingers.
Each podcast, we will be bringing you relevant and useful industry information, including interviews with top lumber professionals and discussion of current events in the industry.
Whether it be lumber grading, industry and market trends, or who's who in lumber, we hope to extend your current tally on industry knowledge.
Hello and welcome to Lumberslingers.
Hi,
Where
live
are we?
from the International Mass Timber Conference 2026.
2026.
10-year anniversary stuff.
Big year for the Mass Timber Conference.
Yeah. And we are recording live from the Ironworkers Mass Timber booth.
And we are on a second story structure within the Oregon Convention Center
Pretty freaking cool.
that they built.
And they were so kind to let us record here.
They were.
Set up our stuff, schlep it up the
Yeah.
stairs. They even carried it up the stairs for us. These guys are pretty cool. They have this VR headset that they wanted us to try before we recorded. And it basically takes you through like a mass timber project, and you have to go pick up a wrench at the end of this that's hanging at the top of a building.
Like you're dangling over.
Like a balance beam
Yes.
situation.
Like you're on the top of a high rise dangling over. It was
It's terrifying.
awful.
And then I got the wrench and brought it back. And then he's like, just jump off the building and see what happens. And I was like, and it really screwed with me. I had to remember I'm on a carpet at a convention center. I'm not
It looks
dangling above
real.
a building.
Okay,
So-
but while you were going, the other guy was telling me that they had someone that like actually like jumped and fell to the ground and like broke their nose in two places.
At this show?
Not this show, but another show. It's not funny.
It
but
feels
it's-
like when you're up there, though, it feels like it's real. It's.
I've
just
never
really
done virtual
screwy.
reality before.
Neither have I. I think I actually have done the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, but you don't have like the goggles on.
Yeah.
Oh, you
there's
do?
goggles. Yeah.
Oh.
They have a VR set, but it wasn't
Oh.
like that. It wasn't like walking to grab a wrench. You know, you're like playing Guitar Hero. You know.
Yeah. And I immediately got car sick.
Yeah.
I need like a better term. Motion sick.
Yeah. Motion sick. You got motion.
I just get sick
Like,
with motion. I cheated and I like lifted my headset up so I could see where I was
you
going.
did, and you walked and got the wrench and came back.
Yeah, I felt peer pressure that I had to do it. So
Yeah.
I had to get over with.
We got some good video content from that.
Yeah, they were super kind.
They were so nice.
And if you listen to our live from last year, we were talking about them and how nice they were last year.
That's true.
And I don't know if it's the same guys or not, but
I think it is.
no, like the same actual guys. Do you think it is them?
I think they were here last year.
Anyways, they're really cool. They're forging a new bold path for mass timber.
Yeah, they're making it more accessible in their quoting system to quote mass timber jobs for their contractors. So they're just taking barriers out of the way. That's what they're focused on, so that more mass timber projects can come to life, and that their workers can be more competitive when they're competing and bidding for these jobs, which is so cool. And that's why they're here, and they have a big booth and a big support for the mass timber movement. It takes all of us, you know.
I mean, what do you need when you build mass timber? You do need some steel
Yeah,
and
you do.
iron.
Yeah,
Very cool. Cool booth. Glad we got to actually record up here for this year. And this year we're like more of pros since last year was our first year. We weren't sure what to expect. This
didn't know
year-
even how to pack our stuff in a suitcase.
Yeah, this
We're
year
like pros this year.
professional. Like on what to attend, where to be. Ask us a question because we'll have the answer.
We literally basically run this show. Okay, that's going a little too far. This show is so well done.
It is
I
very
could never.
well done. Okay, so speaking of how well done this show is, we have some really interesting statistics. They were handing this out at the check-in booth. Okay, so this is obviously the 10-year anniversary. And in this pamphlet, they show every year, and they show the attendees, they show the exhibitors, how many square feet they used. So the first one was in 2016. It was at the Marriott, always in Portland, Oregon. And they had 56 exhibitors and 519 attendees. Okay, 10 years ago.
Okay, 10 years ago.
Today.
Now, 2026. Drum roll.
And they did have to skip 1 year for COVID.
For COVID.
Please hold. Exhibitors. 3,173 attendees and 48,000 square feet of exhibit hall.
Now, that was 2025.
Gosh, that was last year. Where's 2026?
Oh,
It's not
good
out
point.
yet.
We don't know yet.
Okay, that was last year.
Okay, well, that's good information, though. Stay tuned, because we'll get to compare it.
Yeah. And their programming, just like every
exploded.
year they step it up. They have different tours. What's cool is last year we went on a tour and we weren't able to go this year, but they did some of the same tours. Like last year we went and saw the new East County Library, and then this year they went back again, which would have been really cool to see it like
Finished.
then and now.
Yeah.
The grand opening is like May 19th, I want to say.
awesome. We should
like,
go.
yeah. I just want to go to the rooftop
Me too.
bar.
Let's do it.
Just
Even
kidding.
though there's no bar
There's
there.
no bar.
We'll bring our own.
Don't tell them.
Okay, well, yesterday we got to go watch that Shark Tank style pitching where there were developers, 5 different sets of developers with presenting to investors, different types of investors as well, 4 different investors for their projects that are incorporating CLT and mass timber. That was so interesting. I'm like, please do that again next year.
Yeah, they
Love
called
that.
it the boardroom. And my favorite part about it is that these weren't just like pipe dreams. Like these, they had vetted the projects really well. And so everyone that was there, like they had permitting done. They were like ready to go. They just needed some money.
Yeah, basically a lot of, I heard on repeat, shovel ready. So like
Yes.
everything's prepped, permits are done,
Ready
put
to
some
go.
money to rev this engine up. Let's
And it
go.
was neat because one was in New York, one was in Brazil,
Cleveland.
Cleveland, and then
Ohio.
2 were in Oregon.
One was Montana, or he was going to have a set of investments throughout the Pacific Northwest.
true.
And then the one in Oregon, the Equestrian Center in
Yeah.
Oregon. Yeah. And everybody their presentations were all so different. So
Yes.
it was really cool to hear. It was like watching Shark Tank. I mean, people come in with different ideas and different ways of executing what they want to do. And so,
Yeah. At first, I thought they were going to allow the audience to ask questions, but then as it went on, I was like, it was already 2 hours and it was tight. Like there would have been no way you could have let the audience ask questions.
yes. Yeah. And it seemed like every single person that presented, there were investors on board to have further discussions.
Yeah, it was a very cool event, and they said they're going to do it again next year. So definitely, highly recommend that.
Yes.
What else?
We're smiling because we see our little intern,
Our intern. We wish she was our intern.
our student that we sponsored this year, Lumberslingers. She's
Yes.
here. She's an architect student at Portland State. We're going to be interviewing her today about
Yes.
her experience at Mass Timber. So pretty cool.
Yeah, she's awesome. So, what else do we need to see? Well, we're only on day 2 of 3, so
Yeah.
we have more time to check out more booths this year. Yeah, the programming is packed so full, but like in a good way. So you really can decide what you want to do. And then they have, I don't know if we talked about this much last year, but they have different tracks. So like if you're an architect, then you would follow this specific track. If you're a builder, I think it's architects, builders, and I can't remember what the third one was. But
Yeah, there's like how many? 4 tracks at least. And so you can kind of follow the path and do education sessions all day if you want to. You can come spend half a day in education sessions, half a day out here on the floor. I mean, really, you can kind of fill the schedule the way that benefits you the most, depending on where you're at in the industry. So it's very, very cool.
I was looking for the tracks, but
And tomorrow we're looking forward to the Women in Timber Power Hour. That's Thursday. And
1 o'clock,
1 to 2. So that'll be a good
1
one.
to 2. Yes, very excited. And they have the best shirts, as we already mentioned when we were with Shelby.
Excited to see what this year looks like.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah, and so we should like show a little video of what this area looks like, the show
Yeah, you
floor.
can see behind us.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorite things about this conference, and this makes me sound like an alcoholic, and I don't think I am yet, but
Yeah.
they start happy hour at like 3 o'clock, and you
That's
just
nice.
get to like walk around with a
Booze.
beer and chat, and just makes things like nice.
We hope that Aperol Spritz guy is here.
Oh yeah, the bath guy.
The bath fitter. He's great.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything new this year that you maybe didn't see last year that you found interesting?
What have I seen new? I think I'm just more aware this year. Like last year was focused mostly on like the people I knew, right? So like Western Forest Products, Zippo, like the companies that we see at the normal, I guess I shouldn't say normal, but the trade shows that we go to. And so this year it's just been nice to see like people who are not in the lumber business but are adjacent and are so important, and like how many booths there are for fasteners and literally every other piece,
Manufacturing, retrofitting, fabricating, architects.
everything. Trucking, there's a trucking booth here, I think.
Is there?
Yes. So, I mean, there's literally everything. I mean, you can learn so much. Like, if you don't know what mass timber is, just come here and you literally can see every piece of it.
Yeah, get a day pass and just come get inspired. I mean, it's really incredible. And these are the people making decisions for how they're going to use lumber. So if you're in the lumber industry and you're hoping to support the industry and promote the products that we're making, even if you don't make glue lambs or mass timber CLT, those buildings will be built with lumber in mind. So what kind of flooring are they gonna spec out? What kind of ceiling and siding? And it's important to represent that side of the industry as well. Make sure that we're piquing their interest, not just for the structure, but for the interior and exterior.
One thing I was thinking of is, and we talked about them last year because we had Judith on our podcast from UVO, the Tallwood Institute, which is the partnership between OSU and UVO, is so cool. It's just cool. They're doing the most over there.
They are.
And their booth, if you want to call it, like they have a corner of the convention center. They have the coolest things. We haven't even experienced it all yet, so we're gonna have to go back over there.
We'll have to go back over and recap that one for sure. Cool.
Ferreris, always a
freaking amazing booth.
Yes.
Amazing presence here at the show.
Just good attitudes, those
good
people.
Attitudes. They really pump up this industry.
Really want you to, you want to be around them because they're just happy people and they're excited to be here and excited to show off what they do. You can tell how proud they are of what they've got going on. So.
Yeah. And Zippo's booth is funny this year.
Yes.
Apparently at 3 p.m., Zippo's having a magician come. That's 3 hours away. So we'll have to go to that.
Get ready.
And they did some movie posters this year for their booth that were quite funny.
Yes.
In CLT and Glue Lamb.
Yep. You just got to have fun with it.
Yeah.
We're all here together. We're all adults. Let's just
have a nice time.
So, anything else?
Not yet. I mean, we've got the rest of today and tomorrow, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll report back. Well, when we have our intern, who's not our intern, on later. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, we're back.
Yay. We're back, but with three.
Now
the three amigos.
Yes, we're so excited. We have Nevaeh with us. And do you, Chelsea, want to say how we got Nevaeh here?
Well, okay, we do have to mention Alicia introduced us to Nevaeh, who also is a part-time nanny, but she's a full-time student. So we've been able to have her not only warm our household, but now she's warming up the timber conference. So that's pretty cool. But she's helped all of us with our kids. And my child lights up whenever she's with Nevaeh. And I know Natalie feels the same. And so when we heard that you were a student going to school for architecture, the first thing I asked her was, have you heard of mass timber? Have you heard of what type of materials are you using? And so that was probably right before this conference last year. And so we were talking this year and we noticed that there's opportunities for students to come to the show. And so Lumberslingers wanted to sponsor her to come here to just be exposed to this side of the lumber industry, mass timber industry. Like we were talking about, there's all facets here. So she could connect with other architects as we did last year and just think it's a good networking opportunity for a student. How else are they going to know that this world exists unless they're exposed to it? So thank you for being here. Thanks for coming to the show. And we're excited to talk about what you've learned so far.
Yeah. Okay, let's back up a little bit. And why don't you just give us how did you decide to get into architecture? Where did that come from?
Sure. So my dad was actually my original inspiration. He always wanted to go to school for architecture, but his parents wanted him to go to a Christian college and architecture wasn't offered. And so I feel like a little bit of me was pursuing in his footsteps. He constructed an apartment for my family on top of the existing hair salon that they owned that my mom ran her business out of. And I had a lot of fun being beside him, learning what it takes for it to go from an idea to a drawing to a building. And so I was really excited to start at Portland State University studying architecture. I'm in my 4th year of undergrad right now. I hope to continue there for my master's starting in the fall.
Oh, that's a cool story.
That is cool. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that either. We're learning something new about you.
I know. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what type of, that's really cool inspiration. What kind of focus do you think you're going to have once you get through school? Or what are you thinking? What's next after your master's or find that out?
So I think part maybe from that inspiration, I'm really interested in residential design. I hope to pursue that.
Tell us a little bit about, you mentioned yesterday that you designed and built a tiny home. What?
Oh,
how?
yeah.
Where did that inspiration come from? A, and B, how did you do it?
Yeah, so before the apartment on top of the salon was built, my family of 6 lived in a classroom inside of a summer camp. That idea of not having a home was something that really pushed me to have a home as soon as I could. So when COVID hit, I was 16 years old, everything shut down, and I had been working full-time as a waitress. I had enough in my savings, and I bought a flatbed trailer, and I started building it. Ever since I was 10, it was a hobby of mine to sketch up little tiny house designs. It was a dream I had had for a long time. But when the opportunity was there, I listened to my class and built.
Wow.
You're an inspiration. That is so cool. Wow.
I know. So how long did that take you from beginning to end to construct a tiny home?
It was about 4 years. I wasn't in a hurry to do it. It's actually pretty fun that I wasn't in a hurry. Almost every bit of material was secondhand. We just scrolled on Facebook Marketplace. All of the 2x4s we used for the framing was left over from a construction site, so we got it for a quarter of the price. Everything from our siding to our kitchen is stuff that we found for really cheap, so we were able to do it at a really affordable cost, and then moved into it when it was done.
How did you know how to do it? I don't even know where I would, if I was going to do that.
I had a lot of help from my dad. It was something that he was super interested in. My mom was like, absolutely no way. Don't let her do that. She's going to waste all of her money. And it was something that he really helped me out with. He knew that my drive was strong enough, and he was there by my side for it.
That's awesome. How many siblings do you have?
I have three younger sisters.
Did any of your siblings help?
No, but that's because I built it on, at the time, my boyfriend's parents' property. It's still there now, my husband's property. And so that was an hour and a half away from where they were.
Okay, fair. We'll give them a pass for not helping.
But if they want to come rent it out.
Yeah, you could rent it, couldn't you?
We actually have been looking at little bits of property to put it on to Airbnb it. We think it'd be a fun spot. I grew up in Trout Lake, and that's a vacation area. And so I think that would be a fun opportunity.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
That'd be cool. Okay, so anyways, back to the show. What's your favorite thing or the most interesting thing that you've seen so far?
It's been really fun to see how long the supply chain of buying land to produce the lumber to what mill are we bringing it to, and then influencing designers to use it into their design and think about the different structural methods that are available to them. And it's been fun to hear everyone's opinion in that chain.
That's what we were actually talking about before you got here is, can you hear that drill? Somebody's building something around us.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how if you know nothing about mass timber and you come here, every piece of the supply chain is pretty much here. I even saw, what was it yesterday? Alabama's forest or something.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
And there's an Auburn University booth too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. And it's neat how the colleges are involved. You got to get Portland State here.
I know. I had a professor last year at this time say, everyone should go. You get a big student discount. I didn't realize, how cool it was. I'm so glad that I get to be here.
Yeah. The student discount is awesome, by the way, for the cost of what a pass is for a full 3-day pass. So if it's feasible, having a student pass is worth it. If you're a student, to come check it out and at least come for one day, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I would say the value is extreme. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So have you seen anything on the show floor that you have never seen before?
Ooh, well, I can't say that I've seen this many 2-story structures inside of an indoor space, so that's really cool to see. Yesterday we talked about how they use burning the wood as a method of sealing it off, and I thought that was cool. I haven't seen that before, and I'm excited today to look around some more and find some more things that I haven't heard of.
On a side note, we were giving Nevaeh the inside scoop on swag and how to acquire the best swag.
You just take it.
Yes, but you don't want to take everything.
No.
I have a lot of pens.
You'll never need a pen again.
Yeah, Nevaeh was saying that because she's used to the tiny home mindset. So she was like, not worth the space, not worth the space. But maybe that's worth the space. Well, is there anything else that you would say, as a student coming into this type of an event that you'd maybe give other students advice for?
I would say the sessions are definitely worth attending. I've learned a lot from different designers in those and different ways of thinking about construction and how you should think about the structure of your designs really early on, especially if it is mass timber, because it's a long process to get the materials that you want. And I've learned a lot about that and how to find the right people for that process.
Yeah, there's a lot involved.
You still have one more session today and then 2 tomorrow?
I'm hoping for 1 this afternoon and then 1 tomorrow afternoon.
So it's like you're not in school, but you're in school.
Yeah, it's better.
Well, speaking of that, we wanted her to be able to eat so she can get to her session. So we should probably wrap it up. But thank you so much for being here. And if we need to have a follow-up episode, if your mind is just blown today, let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. A week later, what are you still thinking about? What's stuck with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate the opportunity to be here, and it's because of you guys I probably wouldn't otherwise, so thank you.
We're happy you're here.
We're happy you're here. We believe in you. You're going to do great things.
I already called 2 days this summer for nannying. Sorry, Alicia.
And I'm asking for an entire month, so...
R.I.P. my internship.
Just kidding. We want you to have an internship first, okay?
Yes,
we want to
internship
support
first,
you.
the nanny second.
Yes.
All right. Let's go.
All right.